Well, hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Julia Royston of BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing, and the book consulting group, The Book Business Bosses, where I help you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss. Yes, I have gone live for the third time this week. Happy New Year to you. I trust that you're celebrating. I know some of you are preparing to go to lunch, may not be on your lunch hour now, but you'll see it, see the replay, be sure and share, like, comment, all that good stuff. I always go back and look at any of the comments later on and reach out to you and connect with you. But hello, and it's still morning and all that good stuff. But I wanted to jump on and celebrate before I get going with the rest of my day. I have a whole lot more other things to get done today, but today is, one of those calendar days. You like, well, wait a minute, what's today? I don't know what today is. What is today? It is National Technology Day. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, so yeah, coming from a true technology geek. As most of you know, I am a retired librarian, and that's media specialist and a library media specialist, and I am a retired technology teacher. I was technology teacher really two times. I was at Presentation Academy, probably the last 3 to 4 years I was there. I was a technology teacher. And then when I was at Dixie Elementary, I was the technology teacher the last 9 years I was there. So I was there 12 years. The first two and a half, I was the librarian because the third year I was halftime library, halftime in technology. And then the last 9 years, here we go. So technology's kind of been my thing, even from a long time ago. I was the strange librarian who really was into technology. I like books, love books, y'all know that. But I was always into technology, even when I was back in the law firms. So I was a law librarian for many, many years, even before I came to education. And I was always state of the art, Lexus Westlaw, and all that good stuff. We had books on the shelf, but baby, had technology going. So technology is really kind of my thing. And I just want to announce to everybody, hello, everybody who's coming on in. Hey, love. That's your lesson for today. Come on through. Great minds think alike. Hello, sir, Mr. Davis. Oh my goodness. It is 8 o'clock on the West Coast. Oh my goodness. So you headed in. You're not even in there yet this morning. Good morning to you on the West Coast. So, National Technology Day, it's here to stay. Hate it or love it. Let's go. Hate it or love it, it's here to stay. And I'm going to share just some tips and things that I hope will help you as you're moving along with technology. Now, just as a shameless plug, on Tuesdays, the Book Business Boss Show, I've really been kind of doing getting your new year started. So the Book Business Boss Show is heard on Tuesday mornings at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on envision-radio.com. The replays are on Book Business Boss Podcast. I'm a little bit behind, but listen to me live. So the Book Business Boss Show, I have really been going through the first 7 things to kind of jumpstart your year to get you going with technology. Number one, we talked about checking emails. That was last week. And this week, we're going to be talking about more into emails, taking it to the next level. I'll be talking about the calendar, all that good stuff. So be sure and be on the listen for the Book Business Boss Show on Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on envision-radio.com. And while I'm doing the shameless plug, Royston classes, I have all kinds of classes coming up. If you're looking at me on the live stream, January 12th, I start with a Canva workshop. January the 11th, if you've been in the book business, I'm teaching through the Carnegie Center in Lexington. And so I've got a lot coming up. As a matter of fact, on January 15th, yeah, I'm on the move too already. If the weather holds up and the Lord lets me move, January 15th, I'll be in Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm doing a workshop, so more information will be coming as soon as I get the flyer. But if you're in the Greensboro, North Carolina area, meet me. Sunday, January 15th, on the Martin Luther King holiday, all that good stuff. And while I'm talking, meet me in Charleston, South Carolina on January 14th. If you're in that area for the Black Ink Book Festival. Yeah, surprise. The snow is gone, so I'm on the move. Woo! Can't you see me and Mr. Royston on the move? So Royston classes, I'm on the move. Meet me in part on the East Coast. I'll be in the Carolinas, South and North. Lord be willing, and they say the creek don't rise and the snow don't come on the East Coast this Martin Luther King weekend. So I'm super excited about that. So, and then lastly, before I get started, talkwithroyston.com if you're ready to publish and ready to move forward. So it is National Technology Day. National Technology Day. And I've told you all about my backstory. So let's get started. Now, this thing, we all talk about it. We all freak out about it. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? And that to me is, technology. Of course, when we think of technology, we start thinking about the internet, the WWW, the World Wide Web, and all that good stuff. But right now, you can get so much done on the World Wide Web, business-wise, with a good phone. So I highly recommend that for a business owner, no matter what else you got to do, what business you're in, you need a good working phone. You need a good working phone. And if you don't have a good working phone, that needs to be a part of your investment. It's not just for me. Now, other people, it's for what version of the phone I got or whatever. Mine is a money generating piece of equipment. It's just not for bragging right. No, I don't care if you don't like Android. It's working for me, so that's where I'm staying there. So having a decent working phone, one that can receive calls, that you can make calls, that you can receive texts, that you can have apps on, that's got enough storage. Take that, turn that one in if it's got a crack in it. Clean it if it needs maintenance, and if you need help with that, reach out to Mr. Brian Royston. Find him on social media. He can be sure and help you with that. Now it is a fee. Now I'm not lending them out for free, but it is a fee. But having your phone updated and a way to make vast communication is really, really, really very key. You can do so much with your business with a decent phone. So that's number one. And then number two, being able to have a desktop, because then there's some things that you can't quite do with a phone. Now you can still do attachments, and you can share things and all that good stuff, but there's still, and you can still do some working things, but it's very limited and very cryptic. So I still encourage you to either invest in a desktop, which to now, let me tell you, a desktop computer is just so far in price range from what it was. And hopefully you got a decent one over the holiday during the Christmas, and now can get a decent one after Christmas sale. So think about that, a desktop or a tablet, something that's mobile. The iPads, the iTunes world, they're not going on sale. But the desktop tablet world, if you need help with that, I'm married to IT department. So Mr. Brian Royston can help you. Now there's a fee associated with that, but desktop or tablet, something that you can actually do next level things. There's a lot you can do with your phone. A lot you can do with your phone. But their next level, if you're for business or even your career, considering you have a desktop or tablet. Some people are like, well, I don't want to do what, boo. It just all depends on how serious you are. We're celebrating, for those of you who are just joining us, today is National Technology Day. It's here to stay. Hate it or love it. Let's go. It's here to stay. So number one was a good phone. Number two, investing in a desktop or a tablet. Number three, this is something that, now this is outside the scope of the equipment area, but this is those things, those systems that you need to get in place, especially if you're a business owner, aspiring business owner, thinking about being a business owner, want to be in business, got a side hustle, whatever, a hobby, whatever you want to do. and for it to actually grow it and take it to the next level. Because when I first started my business, I worked at the same time. So it was considered a hobby the first couple years. And then when I got my first client, then my third client, then my fifth client, then it had to really take on a life of its own. Now, even before that, I sang. So I showed up at events, I sang at churches, funerals, weddings, whatever. But I was on my grind. But one of the key things from when I started business, when email first came out, was checking my email. So that's a routine habit. When I wake up in the morning, I thank God for another day. I'm still probably laying in bed. My phone is next to me. So I'm prayerful, I'm thankful, but then I'm checking my email. I'm checking my number two, my calendar, to see what I have to do that day. So I'm very strategic. I'm a planner and really, really organized. And then I check my social media. If you follow me any length of time, y'all know I'm everywhere on social media. Pinterest, I got to work on. That's on my list for this year. But social media, I could be posting at 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, because I'm an early riser. And that's one of the first things that I do when I begin to start my day, is post and set the tone. After my prayer time, my devotional time, my with God time, and getting dressed for the day. Because even though I work from home, I get dressed like I'm getting ready to walk out the door and punch a clock somewhere. Okay? Because that's just the way my routine is for my day. So technology is all a part of what I do all day long. And thing that I really enjoy and have for many, many years. So checking email, don't miss out on opportunities and events. And you talking about nobody want to support me. Well, we sent you an email and you didn't register. I want to do such a thing. Did you put it on your calendar? Now, I know some people have paper ones, and I love them. I love the happy planners and all that good stuff. But make sure that you have something virtual. And if you have a Gmail account, all that suite, all of that technology that comes with it, all of those tools and resources, Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google a PowerPoint. I mean, it's got all kinds of beautiful stuff. As you can tell, I'm into technology. Can you tell? Yeah. And it has all of that suite for free with a free Gmail account. Now, I don't know how long this beautiful freedom free thing is going to last, but if you're in the beginning stages of your business, you don't have a vast budget to invest in software, an email account, Gmail will get you Google, and then social media, y'all already there. That's already on your phone. TikToks, and Instagram and all that. But checking that, because some people do business by inboxing you. Now, the other inboxes, I'm not gonna get into that. But business inboxes, they're very serious for me. People making introductions, putting me and someone else in the inbox saying they want to publish, and I told them, "Here you are, Julia Royston. Bye. We out." And that's a beautiful thing. And I've appreciated all the support over the years of people inboxing me. Now, I know other people have issues with it. Oh, don't get it, direct message me. Don't No, that's not a problem. If you're serious about what you're doing and you know what business I'm in and you want to do business with me, inbox me all day long. I don't have no problem with it. Okay. Now, if it's something else flaky and it's a spam and it's one of them, no. But if it's something, and if it is something that's not on the up and up, believe you me, I will report you and block you and delete you. But if it's something serious about what I do, you know what I do, and it's connected to what I do, let's talk. Let's have a conversation. I'm with it. I'm for it all day long. So checking email, checking your calendar, having an electronic calendar that you can share and sync. So my husband, I have synced my calendar with him. So he doesn't make appointments until he says, Julie, you're doing the most. Let me check the calendar and see what we already have scheduled. Because we might not be able to do no double date that night. She may already have something scheduled. We might not even be in town. Where we gonna be? So having that technology helps with that process as much as possible. It helps me greatly stay on task and be on task. Okay. So we're talking about National Technology Day. If you're joining us, thank you so much. Share, comment, like this broadcast so that other people can be blessed by it too as well. So number one, I talked about a good phone. Number two, investing in desktop or tablet. Number three, I talked about, I check this. This is what I do. National Technology Day really is every day for me. Okay. And then number next, because I don't know what number I'm on now. These are three things that I really strive to check. Now, websites, maybe not every single solitary day, but I'm making adjustments and updates to it. Maybe your business or maybe your life is not ready for a full website yet. Maybe your coaching program is not there. Even your ministry may not be there, but you need something, an online presence. Whether you're running a Canva for graphics, that's at least where you start. There's some good templates and all that good stuff where you can just edit, use what they got. Don't try to do something from scratch. Do your own, but adjust what they already have. And speaking of Canva, I really encourage you to at least start there. They got flyers, they've got newsletters, they've got all kinds of things there that are templates to really help you get started. That already looks good. You just click and put your name there. Click and put your event there. Click and give your event information there. It can really, really transform your life. When I started, I was like, oh, I can do it myself. And when Canva kind of saved my life, now, especially now, I know those designers and graphics people are like, you don't need Canva, you need to pay me. But what if you don't have the money to pay you? What if you're just getting started and you need something up? And it may not be the best, but we're going to start where we started because we're waiting for perfection and we won't get started at all. So let's start where we start. Ooh, this is the beginning. Oh, I could show you some flyers. I could show you some things that would make your hair stand up. It's like, Julia Royston, you actually put your face on that? I did because I was starting where I started. Okay. And then as I grew and I got more experience, it got better. But I started where I started. So, shameless plug. Speaking of Canva, over my left shoulder, if you're watching me on the stream and the replay, January 12th, 2023, I'm having a Canva boot camp. It's 3 weeks in a row. It's $97. Register bookbusinessbosstraining.com. You can also get there from roystonclasses.com. Shameless plug. Don't say I didn't tell you. Don't say I'm not going to help you. Yay! So some other things that I do, of course, Canva, and then I have multiple online stores. Okay. So that helps me, have products and services. Now I love the other distribution outlets, and y'all know my stuff's on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Walmart stores, Target, all them places. You put in Julia Royston, BK Royston Publishing, I'm there. But the place I'm driving traffic to is Julianne, JuliaRoystonStore.com, because I want to know who bought it. I want to be able to communicate with them. I want to sell to them again in the future. Okay. So that technology, I know this is kind of next level. You're like, I'm not trying to do all of that. I'm still back here at the checking my email and calendar and social media. That's great. But those of you who are already in business, ministry, nonprofit, have a committee, doing a brownie sale, doing a book drive, whatever you're doing, Canva, and then having an online store. If you're selling your own independent product or service, I have several. I recommend gumroad.com. If you need help with that, let me know. I recommend payhip.com. They've made a whole lot of upgrades to that for online stores, even before a website, etc. Okay. Now, this is the one thing that we all need, but we rarely talk about because it's private. It's my own business. But with technology, especially if you're in business, whether you consider it registered business with your Secretary of State or a side hustle, your money systems, currency, remember, it's currency. It's flowing in, it's flowing out. You hope and pray more is coming in than having to flow out, but that's just such as life. Okay. Your money systems, making sure that you have a way for people to pay you other than cash. Okay. Make sure now you can go with the theorists of what's going to happen with money and cash and all of that. But there are cashless businesses now that do not accept cash. They will not. I know a few of them and a few businesses that I have gone to. They don't even have cash on hand. They don't even accept cash. Okay. So, I mean, for those of you who have been in the church world, that is just straight forward to the end times. When you walk into a store and you can't pay cash for anything, when you go to a hotel, I was out of town. I was in Dallas one time, and I went downstairs and I just wanted to get me a bag of chips and a juice drink, and I had my debit card and I had cash on me, and I'm like, well, this is not much. I can use cash, and she said, no, ma'am, we don't accept cash here. That was like Bible studies from the 1970s that came all back to me about going to a cashless society where, you're going to need the mark. And I was like, no, but we're there. Okay. So having your money systems in place, having your money systems in order are really, really key. I've been to some huge events throughout 2022, and it looks like I'm going to be going to some more in 2023. And I always have change on hand, but I cannot tell you how many times now that people have not paid me in cash. I've used Zelle, I've used Venmo, I've used Cash App, I've taken credit cards. I've used, in one event, I realized somebody did pay me in cash, but I had used all of my payment money receiving systems, all of them. Zelle in one event. I think it was a 2-day event. So when people say you take cash only, I'm like, no, I will take your cash, but what else what other payment system do you have in order? Okay. So making sure that you have an electronic, you need to have one. Yeah. Have change, have cash. I got a pouch. I have my change with me, whatever, and that I have with me. But also I'm noticing now more than ever, I'm rarely having to give change. I'm rarely having to use actual money, currency. So making sure you have an additional money system is really key. Those of you who are just joining me or are going to be listening on the replay, it's National Technology Day. Yay! And lastly, and I'm going to let you go, and I'll check the comments in just a second. Maintenance updates. Is the new absolutely necessary, or is it now or later? Okay. Is it a now thing, or can we do it later? So one of the beauties that I have, which I'm grateful to God, is that I'm married to an IT person. He will just periodically take my phone and update it. He will take over my desktop and update it. He is all about making sure I have the latest updates. I have the maintenance done, restart your phone, restart your computer, updated, upgrades. I've had to do upgrades to my server and all of that, my home server, because of the growth of my business. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus, that I have IT support already in my house. Lord, if I had to pay for that, Jesus, I want to thank you. But maintenance and updates are really key and critical to maintaining your technology world, making sure that you have the latest updates. Because what eventually happens, I see that update on my desktop and I just keep looking at it and I just keep on working until eventually it will stop. It says, big girl, you're not ready to do no update. Well, we're going to make you stop working until you do the update. And I'm like, no. Okay, let me save it. Okay, will you let me save it? And then I'll update and I'll restart my. I was in the middle of something, but it doesn't matter. So it is the health of your technology. It is the health of your computer. It's the health of your tablet to get the best optimal results. Makes sense. You have to do maintenance on you. Otherwise, you're not going to be working at the optimal capacity. So you have to do the same with your technology. So that cracked phone that's like 7, 8 years old, look at your budget and consider updating, considering trading that in, and consider that. Consider what your needs are and your frustration, and it won't work. Well, boo, have you done any updates on it lately? Well, boo, how old is that phone? Well, how old is that desktop? Remember in 1997 when the X, I think it was XP or the software, it stated, we will no longer be providing any, Microsoft said, we will no longer be providing any updates on this software after this date, because that's obsolete and it will not work on the new systems. And it meant that because after that date, it stopped. It was done. So having maintenance and updates. And then finally, new, is it necessary? I would ask. It just all depends on what you're using it for. Do you need something new? Does that require you to have something new? And do you need it new now? Because some people are like, I want the latest and the greatest. Great. But all of us don't have the latest and the greatest budget. Hello. So knowing when that new is really necessary for you. And sometimes whatever's new, you may have to save for that. So that has to be a part. If you're in business, whether you side hustle, whatever, everything I've ever purchased for my business has sometimes had to be saved for. I had to make do with what I had until I could afford or save up for the next, because I wanted to have my systems in better order to be able to do that. I couldn't afford the very expensive. It was decent. It did what I needed to do. It called and I could receive calls and I could get texts. But when you start needing apps and money apps on your phone, you need to upgrade for that. So that has to be a part of your profits, your giving, your receiving, that you have to stash, that you have to save. That's not, save for technology, but that has to be a business practice of yours, a life practice that you can't spend every dime you get, and I'm a reformed shopaholic. I know what that's like. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, that looks good on me. Ooh, that's cute. But I can't do that in business. I can't buy up everything at one time. I have to plan for it. I have to prepare for it. I hope that helps you. I hope you've been blessed by it. Be sure, and I've got plenty of opportunities for us to have class together. Go to roystonclasses.com for us to continue either this conversation. Go to talkwithroyston.com and let's have a conversation about what your vision is, not only for your book, but your business as well. Let's go to the next level. Let's celebrate this Friday on National Technology Day. You made this Saturday over the weekend or whenever you're listening to this, stop by the technology store. Ask about the equipment you have. You might need to go by the phone people outlet and check on your phone. You may need to go by the Best Buy and see what the latest out there. You don't have to buy that day, but you need to know what's out there and what's available and what's on the market. And what's the cost? What's the price point? Do you have it? Do you need it? Or do you need to save for it? I'm Dr. Julia Royston. I hope that blesses you today. Let's see who's been joining me. Hey, Cousin Lisa, how are you? Bring him on. I know he's not available right now, Benji, but another time. Sure, you can share that for your lesson. Yes, Miss Lisa. And delete. And still have a paper yearly in. And that's true because I still have notebooks. I still have manuals and journals and writing my stuff all the time. But I have found and I realized that what if I left that paper planner at home? So using both. So I'm an advocate of both because I'm old school and I'm new school at the same time. So I use both. Now, deleting emails, you might want to, and I talk about that with the email show. But when you're talking about deleting emails, you need to unsubscribe to them overall, because when you're talking about checking your emails, you just delete it. Do you need to unsubscribe to that service, or did you read it, got out the information you needed, and then you need to delete it? Because I rarely delete emails. Normally what I'm doing, if I'm deleting emails, I'm normally unsubscribing to them. If you scroll down all the way to the bottom of that message, because they're required by law to have an unsubscribe. So if it's something important to you and you just maintain your emails that way, fine. But if it's something that you're often deleting all the time, you might consider unsubscribing to that service or to that email service or to that company or whatever. If they're just advertising and you're not going to buy that, think about just unsubscribing to receive any further emails. I'm no longer interested. Maybe you were interested for a while, but I'm no longer interested in that email. And then secondly, If it's something that you may use later, consider organizing yourself, creating folders for emails so that you're organized, and that's a whole class within itself. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You're welcome, love. Good morning, in Virginia, Karen Brown. I know he's gonna be fussing at me when he wakes up and realize he was a part of my live stream today. Ha! Thank you, Miss Peggy. How are you, love? I'm gonna be emailing you or texting you in just a few minutes. But I appreciate it. I hope that helps, cousin Lisa. I really do. And if you need help, let's have a conversation. Talkwithroyston.com. You're welcome. You're welcome. Hello, love. How are you? You're welcome. You're welcome. And it's National Technology Day, and I trust that that has helped you along your way. That's just a few things, my lord. Technology is a vast thing. I was on earlier in the week. If you didn't see that, I went live with Vanessa Collins talking about artificial intelligence. And that's a whole nother level, and we're all learning about that. But Mr. Benjamin Davis, you may want to think about that too as well. That really gets into digital citizenship, and that gets into integrity using technology too. If you want to incorporate that parts of that in your class, take a look at that, and then you may share that later, because that we were really focusing on the writing and publishing and the copyright nature of that. But I know as a school librarian, we always have to talk about digital citizenship and being good citizens in the internet world. But it's National Technology Day, and I hope that that really helps you. Good morning, Miss Hill. How's everything going on in Texas? I know, I know. See, I try to help, even though I'm out of the classroom. If I can help in any way, shape, or form, I'll do that, sir. Because that really took it to a whole nother level. Somebody's trying to call me now. That took it to a whole nother level. Thinking about artificial intelligence and what that's going to do to the next world. And so you all be blessed and celebrate National Technology Day, knowing you're blessed. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Miss Karen. But it's National Technology Day. I hope that something I said will at least start you thinking. If nothing else, it may take you to a window shopping or a technology shopping trip just to see what's out there. You don't have to buy anything. Nobody's forcing you to buy, but you need to know what's out there. You need to know. That's what I do all the time. I look at it, look at, as they say, look at my coins and think, nah, can't do that right now. But ooh, that could be interesting in the future. That could be something that can help me and take me to the next level. I'm Dr. Julia Royston of BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing, and the Book Consulting Services, the Book Business Bosses, where I help you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss. Have a great day. Bye-bye.